Aiden, it's been a long tournament. What could you possibly have left to tell us?
Yeah, it's a good question. I'm not sure. Just hopefully there's some more info after tomorrow's game that we can chat about.
But in terms of readiness and those kinds of things, you know, this is the kind of thing where it's play, travel. I mean, you've got to be ready for...
Yeah, it's been busy, so I mean a day like this is more for rest than for training, especially for our team that's been gone back-to-back games now, so can be quite tiring, but when there's a lot of energy and stuff at the stadiums and a lot on the line, then you automatically get up for it. You don't have to force yourself, so there's a big blessing in disguise there. So looking forward to it. Obviously in a final it's always a special occasion, and yeah, I think the boys are excited for tomorrow.
Aiden, how is Oatmeal, and will he be available tomorrow?
I believe he's going to do an assessment shortly, so I'm not 100% sure yet, but yeah, Aiden and them are here now. We had a look at the pitch, and yeah, he's going to do some assessment with Shane, the physio, and then we'll get some info later this afternoon.
And if he isn't available, what are you thinking in terms of your resources, or just how will you work around that?
We've got some nice options to pick from. It's probably more about trying to fill the overs that Oatmeal would have bowled, so you try to find as much of a like-for-like replacement with the ball as possible. Generally, wonders if you're bowling more than 8 overs of spin, it's generally a surprise. So I think from a spin point of view, we should be okay, and then it's just about picking the right seamer that we feel that can probably replicate Oatmeal's role best as possible.
Aiden, how different has the journey to this final been? On the surface, we can see the wins that got you to the playoffs, and we saw the victories that got you to the final. But if you can take us inside a little bit, how different has the journey been to the season 3 final?
Yeah, it's been different to last year, but a little bit similar to the first year. So this year's felt a lot more of a struggle and a fight more than anything. I think last year it was pretty smooth sailing for us throughout most of the competition, whereas this year it's felt like we've played a lot of games that were must-win games. So that obviously takes a lot out of a team, but when you get out on the right result of them, then the team takes a lot of confidence from it. So we haven't really changed messaging in terms of approach-wise with the bat and with boards. Try to keep it as consistent as possible, and then obviously find ways where we can be better, especially with the bat initially in the comp. So yeah, there's not too many secret diamonds happening in our change room, but the guys are in a good space now, having won a few games on the bounce, and fortunately enough we can take that confidence into tomorrow.
Just talk us through just getting to one final winning, getting to another final winning. I mean, 3 consecutive finals in a row, and you've been a key part of it. The team has been a key part of it, but I'm doing it a 3rd time in a row. What would it mean for you guys? Yeah,
it'll be huge. I think just the feat on its own, making 3 finals is quite a special feat, to be honest. So, but like Marco always says, if you can't win the trophy if you're not in the final. So that was obviously the first goal, and now that we are, we'll want to definitely keep it or retain it. So it's been a different type of competition for us compared to last year, but to make 3 finals is a special achievement from the team, and yeah, we're up against a really good opposition tomorrow. We're not oblivious to that, but yeah, we've been in finals before, and hopefully we can find some calmness and confidence from that.
Aiden, you guys have to go back to back to get here, basically. You feel, well, you came out less than a couple of days. Do you feel that the battle-hardedness of getting through those games gives you just a little bit of a edge?
Hopefully. I mean, there's pros and cons to both. So we've been playing fortunately and starting to do, or at least sort of continue doing some good things with the ball, and with the bat we're showing much better signs. So if you don't get that before the knockouts and you come in, you still sort of have those questions, whereas now we've got some answers to those questions. But then the other side of it is the rest, and being completely fresh physically and mentally for the final. So yeah, pros and cons to both, but I'm still pretty chuffed that we played these 2 games to sort of start getting our complete package together.
Aiden, it's generally been quite a tough SA20 tournament for batsmen. Power plays, lots of wickets have fallen in the power plays. My Cape Town are kind of the odd team out because Rassie and Ryan Ricketson have obviously done really well up front. Does that change your approach in terms of how you work out the bowling at all, or even tactically?
I mean, there's no doubt that the 2 of them are crucial wickets in any team that they play for. But we'll back our best options, our best bowlers, matchups and things like that can work and give us a shot at breaking that partnership. But they've been finding ways to score big, whether the 2 of them fire or not. So the whole batting lineup for them is doing really well, and we'll have to do some good planning for them, and ultimately on the night, if we can execute it, then I think we give ourselves a good shot.
Aiden, yesterday Tony sort of praised you about you giving him a chance. What did you see in him that made you stuck with him over and over, even though he wasn't performing well? And how crucial his role will be tomorrow as an opening batter?
Yeah, so I've known Tony for quite long. I think he's a hell of a player, but most importantly, I think he's a really strong character, and mentally he's sets high standards, and he's mentally very strong as well. So I initially liked that about him, and then over the years it's just got better and better in my opinion. So the last few years he's been playing some really good cricket and been scoring massive runs. We saw him in spin-friendly conditions, and he dominated spin and showed just really good signs. And from what was available, we definitely thought he was the best bet. And I'm really chuffed for him last night that he did well and could sort of now just settle down. And I know I say get into the competition just before a final, but at least you feel a bit more comfortable at the crease now. So important role, of course, opening the batting. T20 cricket, you want to take the game on, put bowlers under pressure, all those sorts of things, and at least for him to come into tomorrow with that knock under his belt, I think can only help.
And then obviously you're in the final and you guys performed very well, but one of the things we've seen in this competition is a lack of very close games. And I'm just wondering, what do you feel has lacked in terms of a challenge that we haven't got yet?
So it's a good question. I want to just say coincidence, I'm not too sure, but I think maybe if you look at the way the T20 game is going, guys are getting really big scores, and then to chase down very big scores is obviously a tough ask. So teams try to chase it, maybe lose poles early, and then sort of get really far behind the game, or start badly with the bat and you scrap to a total that you think you can defend 140, 150, and the other team comes out playing and they chase it quite comfortably. So I can only think maybe that's part of the reason. But yeah, close games are obviously the entertaining ones that we all want to play in, and I'm sure for viewers to watch as well. So let's cross fingers tomorrow is a close, entertaining game.
Aids, what do you think you'll need to get right tomorrow, just against Cape Town, considering that you didn't win any of the games that you played against them in the tournament? And what lessons perhaps have you learned from those matches that you need to take into tomorrow? Maybe?
It feels like we're going to have to do everything well. They're a well-oiled machine this year and they're playing really well. So we're going to have to play some proper cricket tomorrow. But a lot of the time, I don't really like looking at the opposition too much. I think it creates ideas in people's minds that the opposition are these incredible players and you only see the best of them when you're watching footage and stuff like that. And your own team, forget about your strengths and actually how good your players are as well. So naturally we'll do our homework on them and form some plans. But for me, it's about our guys back in their best ball if they're bowling, or back in their best option with bat in hand. And if we're doing that, I still think we give ourselves a good chance.
Clearly, Eddie Burl knows what he's doing. Can you tell us what it is that he does that makes him successful?
It's strange because he's obviously been around for years and he's seen so many things, but he sort of just remains this really calm, almost like I can't say that word. Grandfather, let's go with it. Grandfather figure for us. He's going to hate me. And anyone can chat to him. He manages each individual in the team with a lot of care, which I think the players really appreciate, and people around us as well. A lot of his values are like really strong, and the team absorb that and treat people the same way, I feel. So he's been good, just really calm, and I reckon he's probably seen it all. So yeah, he's one of the best for sure.
Aiden, you've obviously played in a lot of big games here at the Wanderers, including an SA20 final. Just what is it when you walk out the tunnel and you see a packed Wanderers? Just what is the buzz like, and what are you expecting tomorrow?
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it, to be honest. Apparently it was sold out weeks ago already, so already the hype will be there, and people will be starting today even to get excited about it. And for players, that's really cool. You play in front of full stadiums, and the atmosphere at Wanderers when it's full is almost like no other. So looking forward to that. It's always a special occasion, a final at Wanderers, and yeah, not just myself. I think all the boys are really keen.
Eddie, and just you can't play it in Quebec. Is there a message to the Orange Army you might want to, in terms of bringing it back on for the first time?
Ideally, we'd love to. Yeah, they've been great for us. I've mentioned it a few times that our fan base is one of the best in the world, and the Eastern Cape really support us well at St George's Park. So although a lot of them might not be able to be there tomorrow, we'll do our absolute best to sort of take that trophy back home to PE.